Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Don't Argue here. I hope you're well. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate that very much. If you're new, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I want to say thank you to the people who've followed, subscribed, commented, and I appreciate the dialogue that's been had. Granted, as this channel, Touchwood, grows and obviously, sort of spreads its wings, I want to make more engagement, more yarns, and all that stuff. I definitely want to work on this channel, particularly through a Frio lens, my perspective, and also a footy lens as well. As you guys know, I love football, I love AFL, and I'm absolutely primed and ready for the season to start. I'm going to be giving you guys my tips, my reasons behind them. And again, with all these things, they're all subjective. The reality is we just don't know what's going to happen. Round one usually is the weirdest round for any code of sport because you just don't know what's going to happen. You got to throw away all the preseason stuff. That does not matter. This does. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first game sees Melbourne hosting the Bulldogs over there at the MCG. I am pretty keen for this game, to be honest. Look, in regards to who to tip, I don't know. Because like I said, preseason, throw it out the window. But look, going into this game here, I think I'm going to give the edge to the Bulldogs. I think they'll do enough. Again, it sounds cliche. Everyone's going to be using cliches, but I think they're going to come in here ready, hungry. Melbourne, again, the tone has been set that they are the winners, obviously. How can they sort of keep this? How can they keep that hunger, that drive? Sort of akin to the Tigers, right? In that 3 years and 4 years sort of thing. How can Melbourne do it? Can they do it? Can they really do it? We'll have to wait and see. But for me, I'm going with the Bulldogs here. The next game sees the Blue Baggers take on Richmond, the Tigers. Look, this is a very famous clash, as we all know. It's the regular clash, opening clash of the season usually. The Blue Baggers and their fans. I've been watching a lot of stuff. Blue and Broad as well. I love watching Blue and Broad. I love the way that they go about their stuff. Very unique. And from a fan's perspective, which I think is so brilliant. And it's just kudos to them. I love watching their stuff. The Blue Baggers against Richmond. Obviously, the Blue Baggers, their fans, coming in here with a lot of hype. Again, you got to discredit preseason. It doesn't matter. It doesn't count for anything, really. I just need to make a note of that. Richmond, again, we all know they were the absolute kings a few years ago. And they've still got that presence about them. But in saying that, I think they've sort of dipped. They dipped last year. Will they dip this year? Will they rise to the occasion? I'm not too sure. It depends on how they go. Dustin Martin, obviously, being back in the squad will be a great addition. And hopefully, again, barring any injuries, they should be okay. Look, this game here, to me, I don't know. Because you've got the Carlton's drive and hunger, determination, and you've got just the prestige and the experience and the absolute badass, ruthless aggression that the Tigers offer. For me personally here, oh my gosh, look, okay, I want to look, stuff it. I'm gonna tip the Blue Baggers here. I'm gonna tip the Blue Baggers here to go the quote unquote upset to start off their season. So I want to go with the Blue Baggers. I'm gonna pick Carlton here for this one here. Tigers, like I said, it could go either way. But in saying that, if Tigers win, don't be surprised. But I'm gonna tip Carlton here. Game 3 on Friday over at Marvel Stadium sees St Kilda hosting the Collingwood Magpies, and obviously Collingwood we know about. Daicos is gonna make his debut. I think so. With St Kilda again, a team that just seems to do a lot of things and never sort of get anywhere. I think their fans are expecting a very big year from them. I'm not sure what their sort of plans are. Obviously, it is top 8, but I mean, you know, what is their sort of, is it top 8 or bust? You know what I mean? Like, it's sort of like that. For me personally, look, regardless of Collingwood and their form, whether you're a fan of them or not, I think I'm going to be going for the Saints here. I think, I'm not too sure if I can tip an upset. I don't know. I'd like to. Yeah, you know what? Stuff it. Collingwood. I'm going to the Collingwood Magpies to cause an upset. Again, it's round one, so I've always got that, recency bias because sometimes I believe that round one is I do believe round one is the worst round for tipsters because you just don't know what's going to happen. Collingwood for me. Book it in. The Magpies. Saturday's a big blockbuster sort of a day here. A lot of games. Beautiful games too. First of all, we have the Cats against Essendon. And I'll tell you what, Essendon, look, they've got the goods, they look the goods. The Cats, they look the goods too. Granted, a few exceptions here and there for both teams. Look, for this game here, I think the Cats will be coming in hot, ready. Also Essendon. But I just feel like Cats in this game here, for me particularly, I just feel like they're just going to really do it. It's over the MCG. I reckon it's going to be a decent crowd. At least 40 to 50,000, I reckon. But for me personally, look, I'm going to tip the Cats. I know Essendon will be coming out bombing, so to speak. That's a good pun there. But I still think the Cats will claw their way out of this one here. And that was another pun. That's why you should like Anyway, Giants and Sydney Swans, the New South Wales derby. A derby that is becoming more and more interesting as the years go by, becoming more and more relevant on your AFL schedule. It's a bit upsetting that it's the first game of the round. I'd like to see these type of games midway through, you know what I mean? Build that hype, build that anticipation, but the AFL were just throwing this straight in our face. I do believe they play each other one more time, so, oh well, it is what it is. Look, in this game here, Swans, they're young guns, and the Giants, they're young guns. It's just going to be a clash for all. I really like watching these two play. Look, for me here, I'm going to have to go with the Swans. I think the Swans can do it. Obviously, Heaney and the boys there. Franklin, hopefully. But with the Giants, I do believe Toby Green is still serving suspension there, I believe. But the Giants did pick up a handy little rookie in the draft there who may be playing as well. Forgive me, I forgot the name, but I do know he's a good player. And I think he may be the difference too, to some degree. But look, for me, I'm going to go with the Swans here. I'm going to go with experience. In saying that, though, yeah, it's going to be a tough one. And then we have the main event of the evening, the Lions against Port Adelaide. All you Port Adelaide fans, all you Lions fans, this is the game you guys have been clamoring for. You guys are absolutely looking forward to this. If you're a Ports fan, you're nervous. I think you are. And if you're Lions fan, well, hey, I think you're ready to roar. This game here, granted, I don't believe Brisbane have Eric Hipwood with them, but Port should have a full-strength squad. A lot of rumours, a lot of things, a lot of pressure heading into Port, honestly. If you're reading the articles there's a lot of pressure, a lot of expectation on Hinkley to take the boys further. And with the Lions, I think it's more so the same, but I think the Lions probably have a more upward, more clearer path, to the finals than Port do, in my opinion. But in saying that, again, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Heading into this game here at the Gabba here, both teams hungry for that first win. It's really important. But for me, I'm going to tip the home team here. I'm going to tip the Brisbane Lions. I do believe they're in for a big year. And a win over Port, if they do win, shouldn't surprise you. A loss shouldn't surprise you either. That's probably the respect I'm showing for both teams. But ultimately, Brisbane Lions for me here to take it. I think they'll be too strong, too clinical. Again, the cliches, but still, it'll be a good game to watch though. So you must watch this game. But Lions for Sunday, and we've got 3 big games. Well, I think so anyway, if you can see the banner behind me. First game, the Hawks against North Melbourne. This is probably the battle for, 18-17? Possibly? 16? You know what I mean? Like, it's a very low, in terms of the ladder prediction scale. Hawks, North Melbourne, Hawks to me. Hawks will win it. I'm looking forward to seeing... who was it? The African player, Mabo. Sorry, I think that's his name. I'm looking forward to seeing him play for sure, 110%. But I look for North. Obviously, we're all going to be eyeing that new rookie from SA South Australia. Yes, go South Australia. Rob Horne-Francis. It's going to be an interesting clash, but I still think the Hawks will take the cookies for me. Second to last game, we see the mighty Hawks hosting the Fremantle Dockers, and I'm actually going to that game. I'm actually going to be there at the Dockers game, so for any of you Crows fans who are looking at this, let's go, baby, let's go. Freo Dockers have got this. Look, this game here again, you got to take away all the preseason stuff. That doesn't matter. It doesn't equate for anything. The losses, the wins, does not matter. The Crows' Nest, right? It's going to be full. The Adelaide Crows are some of the most passionate fans I know of. They're passionate. They even through the bad stuff, they're still there. They're rallying behind them, especially that rookie, Rochelle. They're looking good. They're going to be ready to defend their turf. So Freo needs to be all eyes up, needs to be ready to punch, to defend. They've got to be ready to attack, to ambush this team here at home. It's going to be a very tight game. I think this game might be tighter than we think. Probably by 12 goals or less, I reckon. But in saying that, over there at Adelaide Oval, I'm going to be tipping Fremantle here. I still think, though, that the team, they'll have enough there. Even though there's been some key injuries as of recent, I still think Freo Dockers will handle themselves. Last game of the evening, we have West Coast Eagles against the Suns. Look, this is a pretty cool game. Unique in that sense that obviously it's the West Coast against Gold Coast Suns, and they're as wide apart as you can get in the geography of Australia, right? And I just think those little things are unique. It's why I love AFL as well. The different teams from different states. It's awesome as expansion works, and I'm a big fan of expansion. And they're talking about Tasmania, right? And if they add Tasmania, then you just got to add one more team. Who would you add? Would you add another Victorian team, or would you add, say, Northern Territory team, or say throw it, stuff it, bring in the New Zealand team. Yo, let's go. Anyway, I just threw it out there for fun. But look, this game here, again, both teams, bit shaky. Suns looking strong, but again, you got to throw that stuff at the window. For me personally, I'm going to be looking at this, and it's over at Optus Stadium. You've got to give it to the West Coast Eagles. Surely the boys can hold their fort at home. If they don't, you've got to be worried. But if they do win, please don't be surprised. But for me, I'm going to be tipping West Coast Eagles here to beat the Suns. It only makes sense, unfortunately. However, stranger things. I hope you've liked my video there, my tips and tricks and flips and all that stuff there. But thanks again for watching. Take it easy. What are your thoughts? Can you give me your tips? Who are you looking out for? It's round 1, baby. Are you excited? Because I'm excited. Take it easy. See you guys next time. Just remember, don't argue.